Ben here. I'm here with Debbie Moore from Debbie Moore Designs, and me and Debbie got chatting a couple of weeks ago, and I said, do you know what, Debbie? I've been in presenting now for a few years in craft presenting, but I'm a bit of a crap crafter, I'll be honest. And Debbie said to me, well, do you know what, do you want me to show you a few techniques and some basics to get you going and so on? I said, you know, I think it's an absolutely amazing idea. So here we are.
I know, and it's very true. I wouldn't say you are rubbish at card making,
Yes.
you just haven't been taught yet.
Yes.
And you know, this is the thing with working at Hobby Maker, you get all these amazing tutors and you just need to get them in, and
Yeah.
I'm the first one to start off with.
It is. So we're going to do a little series, and we're going to do a little vlog series, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to have a go, and Debbie's going to be my guide.
Yes, and next year you got to give everybody a Christmas card.
Do you know what? It's a deal. I like it. I like it.
Let's get started.
So what are we going to be doing?
We're going to talk about basic card making.
Okay.
And then I'm going to teach you some of the basics of decoupage.
Okay.
So, basic card making, there's actually a formula that people don't realise when it comes to card making.
Yeah.
So, I've got a card here, for instance, okay. This one here is from the new collection, which is Ice Queen Volume 2.
Okay.
And it's a very wintry feel, but it's also decoupage.
Okay.
Now, card making comes with a formula. The first is always think about the theme. So this particular one was a birthday card.
Okay.
And then I wanted use the Ice Queen.
Okay.
And then I thought, right, okay, I want papers and layers to actually work with it.
Okay.
So what decoupage does, it gives you a raised effect and dimensions. So if I show you this one side by side, it's a different card, but this is flat. It still looks lovely.
Yes.
But the decoupage gives you that option.
So I can see what you've done essentially is you've cut this out and you've layered this on top to give us the depth.
Yes. Now, when it comes to decoupaging, so I'm just going to move this to one side.
Okay.
You've got different type of decoupaging. So, for example, this one here is a standard decoupaging where, as you can see, it says 1A, 2A there. So this is telling you this is the topper. You cut this out and you fix that on top.
Okay.
And then you have here is what we call a build-a-scene decoupage.
Okay.
Which is the next step up, which has.
And you're very well
2
known
and
for
3.
these, aren't you, the builder scenes?
So yes, I love my
Yes.
builder scenes because you are creating dimension from something that's already there.
Okay.
So on here we've even numbered them, but you become the designer and you can decide whether you actually want all the layers.
Okay.
And when it comes to decoupage, we have something called land lock.
Okay.
And what land lock is a give round the edge. You can just about see it's like a halo round the edge, round there.
Yeah, time to put my glasses on.
And that means that you don't have to cut right up to his boot.
Okay.
You can cut round that edge because when you put it onto here, it will show behind. You won't see the difference.
Okay.
So
So
if I
there's a
show
bit
you-
of forgiveness in it.
Yes, so if you have a look at this now again, you can see round
yes.
here, but you didn't notice that.
No, I didn't notice
So
it,
the
no.
land lock gives the impression of a die cut.
Okay.
So nobody will be able to tell if you've cut it out or you've actually bought a die cut that you can punch it out.
Oh,
So a lot of
okay.
people love the option of cutting out,
Yes.
which another term is fussy cutting,
Okay.
which means that you're fussy cutting around the edge.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you how to do it. We're going to create a decoupage card, build a scene, using these elements on there. And as you can see on there, you have got what we call land lock around there, and you've got a double section on here. Now, when it comes to cutting out, I've got some large scissors, but you can
Okay.
use small scissors. It's whatever you feel comfortable with.
Okay.
But if you've never used large scissors, have a go with large scissors because it gives you more give.
Okay.
So what I want to do is
So even though it's quite intricate to some degree, the bigger scissors are better for this
I
kind of
prefer
cutting.
them. If they were really smaller, I would probably go with smaller ones.
Yes.
People ever use knives as well to cut round it.
Yeah.
It's whatever you feel comfortable.
Okay.
But with a large pair of scissors, you can easily cut out an area. So for example, if I take this one here, so what I would do is I would cut out the large area. So this is a double decoupage. Actually, let's start with a small one first so I can give you the idea. And then what I'm going to do is I've cut out all the areas. And then the top tip is to move the paper, not the scissors.
Okay.
So I sometimes put 3 or 4 fingers in the base there. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. And then what you're going to do is use this part of the scissors. And what you're going to do is watch. By cutting it or putting it into that section, I'd say you can just move the paper. And it doesn't take long, and it doesn't have to be exact. You can see that I'm moving the paper and not the scissors, and going round it. Keep on going, like so. So you don't have to be exact. You have that the blue edge, so you can go into it or as close as you want, and just quickly, can you see how quickly I'm moving it? And that's how easy it is when it comes to cutting out. So as you can see, all I'm doing is moving the paper, and realistically, when it comes to it, now I did say you can use smaller scissors. If you've got a small pair of scissors over there, I'm going to do the last bit with a small pair of scissors. So you can do it, but you can't you don't have the balance with your hands, and it's whatever you feel comfortable. And you can see I'm having to keep doing, because you have a shorter area, you may find that it's not as easy to do it with a small pair.
I understand.
Okay.
And also, because these are sort of weightier,
Yes.
that seems to help somehow.
A lot of people automatically go for the smaller scissors to start off with, and that is totally fine. There's no issue with that. And if you are have been doing crafting with small scissors and you're comfortable with that, then that's fine.
Okay.
But what I would say is, if you have some large scissors in your drawer and you've never had a go, have a go, because you'll be amazed. I mean, the amount of people that I've taught this to, they're like, oh my goodness, it's so much easier.
Yes.
Because think about the blade space you have between the two.
Yes.
You find it much comfortable.
Yes.
So you are now you've got a pair of scissors.
Okay.
I've got the pink, you've got the orange.
Okay.
There, and you are going to cut out this character.
Okay.
And then do exactly what I said.
So I'll cut this as one. Is that right?
Yes, that is one.
So initially,
you can start off with that one, whichever one you want. But you've got on yours, you have actually got 3 decoupage options.
Okay. So if I cut out
I normally cut it out of the area, and
so
then
like
it's
this?
easier to use. Yes, exactly.
Okay. And then should I continue to cut round like that just to make it small?
You can, yes, that's not an issue.
Okay.
Then you move that out to one side, and then you'll find that you have to angle the scissors.
Okay.
So I will angle the scissors, so if I just get a bit here. So I'm angling this bit, so I'm holding it like that.
Okay.
And then I'm starting into there, and then moving the paper. And it doesn't matter if you go in, it doesn't have to be perfect on that line, that gives you the option. But you need to cut a bit further down.
Further down, oh yeah.
And you find it's much better
more
controlled.
control. Yes.
Can you feel the difference?
I can. Oh, I'm not doing a very even job.
But it doesn't matter. Just move it and just go slowly through it.
So try
and then
and move.
keep moving it scissor up. And then you can try the smaller scissors, whatever you find easier. And then you just keep moving it around.
So particularly around there,
it's easier to have
it is easier, yeah. Should I try and keep some shape, or should I try and keep it sort of smoother? Does it look more realistic if
you do keep the shape, try and keep round it. But remember, because you have that landlock, that edging is the seam behind it.
Okay.
Some people go right into the lines of the arm, the character, and that's totally fine if you want to do that.
Yes.
But as you're learning, you don't have to go that close. And you just keep turning it round to where you can. And if it's a bit fiddly, then you come out of it and whatever you find easier. But you get more control with a larger pair of scissors.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean here with the keeping it right in.
Yeah.
That.
And then just keep going round it, like so.
Okay, it's a little bit fiddly because I've got there's a lady attached to it on there.
Yeah, sorry. I should have actually. You could have started with the other option, like the wolf, but we've gone with a bigger option.
That's all right. Well, throw me in at the deep end.
I was going to say, throw you in the deep end. You get the idea. If you find this okay, then the next couple will be totally fine because it's one area. Okay. Now, this is a build a scene decoupage, so you don't always have to that degree. It could be just one character. Okay. And normally, decoupage has numbers on it.
Okay.
And that's telling you the sequence of doing it. And also, as you build up the decoupage, you could have up to 4 layers.
Okay.
And how decoupage works is it starts with a large area.
Yes.
Then it cuts part of it off, and then so on until you end up with a little bit like a pyramid.
Yeah, so there's bits missing, and that shows the bit through behind. That gives you the 3D effects.
However, as a crafter, you always want your decoupage sheets to go further.
Yes.
So I tend to not always put all the layers on. I tend to do 2 toppers out of 1.
Oh, okay.
So there isn't any rules. It's your rules. It's your card, your project, and your dimension that you want to do. So this particular one, this is basically there is only one layer. There isn't
Yes.
another layer on top of this one.
No.
So for example, on this one that I showed you earlier,
You make it look so easy.
That
It is
is-
easy, really, but it's taking me longer, obviously, than it would take
well,
you
no,
to
I
do.
only did one.
Oh, okay.
I only cut out which I've already lost.
So this is
already.
my first time.
Yes, I think
and,
you're doing wonderfully. And the thing about it is, it's so easy. And in the next one, you can try on the wolf, you can try, or the owl, you can try using the smaller scissors and
And see how you
decide.
get on with that. I think it's remembering to use this bit.
Yes.
I kind of forget, and I go, oh, I need to come back. Need to come back to that.
Definitely.
So that's our first
layer. Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you cut out, you've got number 4, and so basically this was down as 2.
Yes.
Because your first layer is this layer.
Okay.
And because this is going to go on top,
Yes.
doesn't matter, you can't tell.
No.
Because what the landlock is the seam behind.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore what that means is it looks like you've die cut it out.
Yes.
It doesn't look like you've cut it out.
No.
So if you want to try using the smaller scissors, whichever
So
one.
we'll do number 3. This is 1, 2. This will be 3.
So this will be the wolf on top. So
Oh, I
that will
see.
be another 3D dimension.
Okay.
And then you can decide which ones you prefer. It's what you get used to.
Yes.
I mean, having both there is totally fine. I mean, I've been doing, oh my goodness, how many years? A good, yes, I started very young. I've been doing now. I got into paper crafting when I did missionary work in Romania.
Oh,
When I was
really?
18 years old.
Missionary work.
Yes,
Ah.
I am a born again Christian, and I did missionary work in
Right.
Romania for 4 years.
Oh, wow. 4 years?
Yes, I
Oh, my
worked in
word.
hospitals and orphanages.
Yeah.
And that's what I got into crafting.
I've
I've
never actually met anybody that's done that. You sort of see it on the TV, don't you? You see it on the TV and you hear it in movies and stuff, but I've never met anybody that's done missionary
yeah,
work. Never mind 4 years of it.
Well, it wasn't constant 4 years. I kept going out there, but it was 4 years on the trot.
Wow.
And it was just after the revolution over there, so
Okay.
it was kind of harrowing, and
I bet.
it was hard.
So you've seen some things.
I have seen some things.
Yeah.
But I became a play therapist,
Okay.
and that's what got me into paper crafting,
Okay.
teaching children.
Yes.
And then it was only when I did my own wedding cards, and I've been married now 25 years.
Oh, blimey.
I know.
Congratulations.
I was a child
What is that one? 25 years. What is that in terms of, there's a name for that one, isn't there? 25?
Silver.
Silver.
Yes.
So you're a silver medal winner, really.
Definitely.
Yeah. So you
but-
did the children's crafting,
Yes, I did
play
that.
therapy.
And it was only when I did my wedding cards that I actually got into stamping.
Oh, really?
So that is my history. It's a very brief history where you're cutting out.
Really?
So how did you find the difference between the two?
Do you know what? I quite liked using those on this because this was a smaller piece.
Yes.
But I did have to keep. There was
Doing that.
more of this.
Yes.
So I think on bigger pieces, I would definitely use
So
this.
that's the difference.
And I might even have used those on this.
So you got the owl to go.
Yes.
So
So
the
let's
owl
have
is a single piece, so you can decide which one.
So I'm going to try the out. I know it's a smaller piece of,
But it's
near the
quite a
small top of
simple
it.
piece when you look at it. So remember, you don't have to go right up to the line, and you don't even have to go to the extent of the wobbly lines. It is your design.
Yes.
So the landlock is there to give you option of how close you cut it out.
Yes.
And this is what people don't realise. You don't have to cut it dead on the line.
Yes.
I never do.
No.
You know, if you have a little bit, I don't know, I was cutting out an angel a few weeks ago, and part of the actual gown ended up in a snip, and I cut it off.
Oh, right.
Because the main design's behind it, it doesn't matter.
Right.
So you can then decide, oh no, you may only want one wolf on, you don't have to have both.
No.
See, I would find that with the large scissors was easier.
Yes. I've got to say, I think that was easier.
Yes.
I think that was easier. And I think it was easier on the fingers as well, because
yes,
my fingers in
they're
there
quite
wasn't
small.
easy.
That's what I mean. And the thing to remember, so always remember about the size of what you're cutting out, the first thing. And don't forget, we started with the hardest one for you.
Yes.
Okay, so you might have found, if you started off with that,
Yes.
you might have found the first one that we did easy.
Yes.
And it's just to remember. So now what we're going to do is talk about how to put it together.
Can I just ask you, with regards to decoupage, the term decoupage, because I hear the term decoupage, I've heard it obviously over the years many, many times, but there's also, when people cover
Yes.
MDF and so on with like thinner papers?
There is. So decoupage has been around actually hundreds of years.
Okay.
And it started off with decoupaging something.
Okay.
And it's and there is a history, and I'm sorry I don't know it all. But essentially, I think it's something to do with vintage car. I think it's the Victorians started it.
Okay.
And actually, I might even look into that at one time. But when it comes to decoupaging, they're also known for putting it with like Mod Podge or Bond and Seal or PVA glue onto furniture, but not just on furniture. They'll do it onto paper, onto card as well. And so that, and lining drawers.
Oh,
so that is all about, that is decoupaging. You're decoupaging a piece of thin paper and sometimes tissue onto objects. This is 3D decoupaging, which has also been around a long time, and the idea is you build in tiers to give a dimension aspect to it.
So it's like, so all of it really is building layers, whichever it is, building layers with decorative, which is probably the deco bit, I'm guessing, with decorative papers.
Exactly.
I suppose.
The one where you decorate on furniture, even though you build in layers, you're not actually building dimension.
Yes.
So what you probably tend to do, for example, I've got a table that I'm going to decoupage.
Yes.
And I'm using thin paper. And what I've done is I'm two thin papers.
Yes.
So I'm creating a collage effect.
Yes.
And then I'm putting a coat on, so it kind of seals it. With a varnish. And this decoupage that we're doing is paper crafting.
Yes.
And for card making or scrapbooking, memory books, you are doing a tier effect.
Right.
And that is the difference between the two.
Yes.
And both of them are just as easy as each other.
Okay.
Well, actually,
I did wonder
it's more
about that.
time.
Yes.
This is more. It's not as more fiddly, because with the other decoupage, people cut out flowers and put them on top of other layers and all kinds of things.
Yeah. So it's just a different kind of decoupage, but it's all decoupage.
It is.
It's all decoupage. Okay.
So the next aspect is layering.
Right.
So we have got our base card here that's going to sit on a card blank, and a card blank is the terminology for your base card.
Yes.
And that will stick on here like so. But what I tend to do is I don't stick that until I've done my decoupage.
Okay, you do that last. Okay.
Yes. And then that's going to sit on there. And then you've got this is the next one that's going to go on top of it.
Okay.
To give dimension. And then you have got your owl that's going to sit on here.
Okay.
So you can use something called silicone glue. And you can use pin flare gel, for example, as well. That's in the market. There's loads of silicone glue out there. I'll be honest with you, I don't use that.
Okay.
Only if I had time. My life's a bit mental at the moment. So I tend to use foam pads.
But the silicone glue, that provides you with a thick glue layer.
No.
No?
Same, you can do that with foam pads.
Right.
What the silicone glue does is give you more of a give.
Okay.
So if you are not sure about putting things on straight.
It's got some play in it.
Yes, but I've got some top tips how to get around that with foam pads.
Brilliant. But you want something that's going to provide the depth like this, don't you?
So I've got some foam pads here just to show you that you've got 2 mil and you've got 3 mil in width. You also have circles.
Oh, how can you tell that?
It's just because I'm used to them. I can feel them.
You know which is which.
Yeah, I can feel them. And you can get them different depths. You've got circles there, but also you've got different thicknesses. You've got a big one there, okay? And then you've got squares here.
Okay.
But then with foam pads, you can cut them.
Okay, yes,
So you've got that choice.
Yes.
So for something like this, okay, so I would turn it over, and then what you can do, make sure you use the same thicknesses, which are these two.
Yes.
And so what you're going to do, these actually are the large ones, so you can actually have that there. But then you cut a small one, you can have that one there. Okay, and then you can actually keep doing it, so it's your job.
And so, how much do I want to cover?
So basically, it doesn't have to. I'll put another one there.
Here, down the bottom. Okay.
And then what you can do is put a little one in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. So just to stop it,
it's just because
so you can't push it in.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, or it doesn't get pushed in the envelope.
Yeah, and you can then put maybe, and then if you think, right, actually, I want a longer one, you can cut these like this.
Okay.
And then you can have one there.
So any bits that, if you like, particularly the bits that are floppy, that stick out, that might get crushed, you want to be putting something behind those.
So you've got smaller ones here, so that a smaller one can go there.
So I put this one here on the leg. And we're putting it actually on the back of the layer rather than putting it on the face of the card.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that way you've got more control of this.
You know where they're going to be.
Yes. Now, a couple of things with regard to this is we're going to do it. We're going to do this straight decoupage on
Yes.
top. And what I
Okay.
mean by that is, if you had flower decoupages, you could use your thumb and curve
Oh,
the
yes.
edge and give
Yeah,
dimension.
I've seen that, yeah.
But we're not going to do that with
No.
this project. And also, we're using foam pads. You can lift the top off,
Mm-hmm.
or you can use a pricking tool,
Yes.
and it just simply you actually stab it and lift the top off.
Oh, blimey, that was easy. Well, I say that was easy. You
So-
made it look easy.
So
I don't
it
know.
is easy, because what you
Yes.
need to do is stab it, but not stab it all the way through.
Yes.
And then take the top off.
Oh, that's good. I'm going to have a go at that.
I hate these little things for picking them up. So I've been using foam pads and pricking tools for years.
Oh, blimey, I can't believe how easy that is. He says,
But you need to start with an angle. You start there.
there, on the
Yeah.
corner. Start on the
lift up.
corner. I get you.
Okay.
This
and
is
then
why you need
rotate
the
it.
ID. This is why you need the tuition, you
So
see.
always start.
Ah.
How easy is that trying to pick it up?
Yes.
You know, crafting needs to be easy, not
Yes.
stressful. Learning the top tips is what we are here at Hobby Maker. It
Yes.
enables you to create these gorgeous projects
Yes.
in literally minutes once you know what you're doing.
There we go.
So this is a
These
tool
little
that-
tips make all the difference.
So that we have pricking tool and foam pads on the website.
That's because you can imagine you have, you think, oh, I'm going to have a go at that. And then you come into these stumbling blocks. And if you didn't know that, you can
You'd
be
be
picking
trying
that
to
for
figure-
ages.
oh.
And then that puts you off.
I hate
And actually,
that.
you go, actually, it is easy when you know.
And also you can
Okay.
pick the edge of double-sided tape off with it. I
Yes.
hate picking that up.
Yes.
So remember I said about tips.
Okay.
So what it is, this is your base. So you can, the idea is we're going to put that on here, but if you wanted more of a give, you could rub glue, you could put a bit of glue on each of those,
Oh,
and
yes.
it will give the give
Oh, I
and the
getcha.
dimension. And what it does differently than the actual silicone glue,
Yes.
it will dry in a minute.
Brilliant.
Okay, but we haven't got the glue with me.
No, okay.
Okay, so what you're going to do is lift this up.
Yes.
And you're going to line it up that way you're happy. And then don't put, I can't see from this angle, so you're going to look at your angle.
Okay.
Put it down where you think it is. Don't
Okay.
press, just put it gently on.
Okay.
And then when you are happy, then press. So fix an area.
That's a little bit. That probably wants to be
You
more.
might want to start, with something like her sword. Move over. a
Oh
little bit.
yes, I use that as a guide.
Use that as a guide. Get her on. This
Oh,
is
it's-
why you don't. So this is why you don't press it. So you can lift it up
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
So if you put it on for the sword,
Yeah. So pick something like that and then use that as
and
the
then
guide.
does that look okay? Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then
think
press.
so. I think so.
And then you press. But if you had the glue, you could then rub it.
Maneuver. So that's a really good tip: is to have the glue. What glue do I need for that?
Doesn't matter, PVA glue.
Just PVA glue.
PVA glue. And
Just
if
in a
I
little
had-
bottle. And,
Yes, if we had the basic kit here, I would have grabbed it for you, but
Yeah.
I haven't.
That's it. And then you just squeeze a little bit of that, and that just gives you a little bit of maneuverability.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I get it.
Now the
Okay.
next one.
So now this one here is going to go on top
yes.
of this one.
So you know
Okay.
the foam pads, pricking
Okay,
tool, you know
yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these ones here
Yeah.
because of the legs. No, that's a square one. I didn't realise it was good. In that case, I'm going to use that one up there.
And then cut.
And I'm going to cut.
But you can cut any of those.
Yes.
But it's when you know the technique. So this, card making is straightforward, and we'll go back to that process of, when we've done all this.
Uh-huh.
But then it's learning
was it?
all
There
these
it is.
different ones. Yeah, they're all, you need to
That's
just
it.
put them or figure
There
out which is
we
which.
go. Yeah.
There you
So
are.
that should be enough on there, I
Yes,
would
it is
imagine.
enough on
Have I
there.
put that a bit high up, that one?
It's fine.
I've kind of got his bum,
You can't.
but not the bottom of his
Don't worry about
leg.
it, because you won't see that when you turn it over.
And then just use that little
You
tip
love
about
the
using the
tool.
cord. I do love the tool. I
always
do love
use the
it.
corner, start
Yeah.
at the corner, and you stab it
There
and
we
lift it
go.
across.
I like it. I like
Look
it.
at you, Ben. The amount of people that says to me, Debbie, I'm not doing it right, and
Yeah.
you've done it straight away.
There we go. I've nailed that.
You have nailed that.
Yeah, give me a tool and we're all right. Okay, so again, we don't push
Start
it down.
around his ears. That might
Around
be
his
the easy
ears.
option. And then press it, put it down gently, and then when you're happy, press it
Yeah,
down.
that's about right.
There we go. And then you've got, you've
Hey,
got very easy.
he's decoupaging.
Exactly.
Okay,
You've got the owl.
the owl left. Okay, so same again.
You might need the smaller ones, I think. They're already small.
Oh yes, these ones.
Because
Yeah,
you
save
can
cut
put
them
those in
again.
half if you need to as
Oh,
well.
okay. Well, let's do that. Let's have a go at doing that. Let's pop that back on there so I can cut it.
Because you can get foam pads different sizes. I prefer certain sizes, because you can even get like half the size of that, and that's too fiddly. For
Too
me.
fiddly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can just simply cut down. I like the versatility of cutting down. Now, if that's come off, if you pass me that sheet, look what you need to do.
Yes. So
You
what I've done
can
is I've
actually-
ripped off the top of that by
But
accident.
then you can just,
Ah, I get you.
okay.
I get you.
You don't have to worry about it all.
No. There we go.
Any of those sides, yeah.
There we go. Oh, this bit's easy peasy. You can do this bit.
And then what you do is use your finger,
Uh-huh.
hold, and then put your finger on one of the foam pads.
Yes.
And lifts up the piece.
Yes.
And then you can pick it up from there.
Oh.
And instead of trying to hold it.
I like, yeah, because picking it up flat.
Yes. But if you put your finger on the foam pad, this is why I use foam pads, because I find it easier. There you go.
So I'm not going to push down yet.
No,
Oh, I'm just trying to manoeuvre it off my finger.
yeah.
Oh, there's a bit.
Well, the other way you could do is if it was a
I
small
reckon
piece.
that's all right, then.
Yeah, you could put it on the end of this
Yes.
and press it down.
I see.
Or you could even put it on the end of the scissors.
Yeah.
And then just have it like that and then press it down.
Brilliant.
So now
You
that is
can't see my. You can't see now my rubbish cutting because of what did you call it?
It's basically the landlock. it's
landlock.
called. Yes, and it's actually like a halo edge. Now
Okay.
we're going to put this on here.
Yes.
And what we're going to do, then we're going to have a just for you sentiment just
Okay.
there.
Yes.
So if you want to cut that out, and you'll find that using
I'm ready now.
larger scissors are easier to control. Because if you had to cut that out with this,
Yes.
you would be doing 3 or 4 snippets.
Yeah. You want for a longer, straighter edge.
Yes.
You want the longer blades, don't you?
And you're more likely to not get it straight using a smaller pair when you're putting
Yes.
something straight than using that.
Well, you see all the join on the snips,
Yes.
don't you? Where you sort of
Yes.
have to keep lifting. Oh, that's not perfect, that one.
And
but
you're
it's-
not going to see it because you've got like an edge in. You'll find on my designs we put an edge in around it so you can actually cut it thinner if
Yes.
you wanted that option.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
There we go.
there we go.
So what we're going
Okay.
to do is we have a tape pen.
Okay.
And you can fix these with different things. So what with the tape pen, we are going to use it and you're going to actually do it like stitching. And then it means it will last longer.
Ah, now I heard that tip earlier today.
So then
That
you
if you
need
do
to do
that-
the set. Otherwise, you are
But you
just
use a
using-
fraction of it then, aren't you?
and then it goes longer.
Yeah, I like it. You see, you frugal, you crafters.
We are.
Just to the top and the bottom.
You can, and then a couple down here and one in the middle. There isn't
Okay.
a wrong way, okay?
No.
People tend to put right on the edge. That's totally fine.
Okay.
But the problem with that, what you'll get is sometimes you may get a bubble in the middle.
Okay.
And so what you need to do is have a go. And if you are just learning and a bit nervous, you can also put glue on top of this.
Okay.
To give that wiggle room.
The manoeuvre, yeah. Okay, and how close to the edge? Is
That's
that fine?
fine.
That's
yeah,
fine.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
And then you are going to turn it over.
Mm-hmm.
And then you are literally start off on one side and just put it roughly in the
Yeah, I
middle.
don't know
like
how
that.
central it's going to be, you
That
see.
looks good to me. And then press down.
I've looked for sort of an even border
Yeah,
down the two
that looks
sides.
exactly it. I always do 2 sides and then
Oh, look at
you're
that!
impressed with yourself, aren't you?
I am.
So, because I
Okay.
want this to stand out, I wouldn't put foam pads on there.
No.
So you can decide where you want it. I like the moon, so I would put that there.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
And you
You
did
ready?
this
Let me
card
see this look.
yourself.
Yeah. I'm doing the stitch method
Yeah.
because I'm conscious of the supplies.
Well, you know,
There you go.
especially you want them to last longer.
Yeah. So
There you go.
straight. There we go.
So when it comes to
Look
card
at that.
making, you've done a decoupage card. So if I
Yes.
just bring this decoupage
Oh,
card in
look,
here,
just show that. Look at that.
he's done very
I'm
well.
very pleased.
So you can't say you can't do cards now.
No.
So what is the difference between that and this is that this is a scene decoupage.
Yes.
What I've done here is I've used a backing paper
Yes.
and then I've actually put a decoupage on top.
I understand.
Okay, so
Yes.
there's no difference. All the difference is the type of decoupage that you've
So this
done.
is a bit more of a kit, isn't it? Because you get all the bits ready to
Yes.
go. You've created your own
yes.
background for this.
So basically, when it comes to card making,
Mm-hmm.
you always start with the colour or theme.
Yes.
And then what you then do is then put the background on, and then what from there you then actually put your main topper like this decoupage, and then only after that, the last point when it comes to card making is you might add embellishments to your card.
Yes.
Or for example, on this one, I've rubbed distress inks around the edges
Yes.
to actually give a vintage feel. So that is the formula when it comes to card making.
So stick to the same sort of colours combination, not too many
Not
colours.
too many. So for example, this is purples and blues, okay, and this is the same. It's blues, white, and the vintage brown.
Okay.
So then the shades, and when you look at it, if you ever look at a card, the only time you can go absolutely crazy is Christmas.
Yes.
Christmas, you can put silver, gold, and you can even put together, but you can then put red, green, and gold together.
Yes, yes.
Normally, you wouldn't really put those colours together.
No.
But always look at the spectrum of colours.
Yes.
And have a go that way.
Fantastic. So there we have it.
There.
So that is, we've done some basic card making there. We've learned some decoupage technique.
Yes.
We've learned how to cut.
Yes.
We've learned how to mount.
Yes.
We've learned some tips about using the big scissors or adding the PVA glue on the foam pads.
Definitely.
We've learned how to peel the back off the foam pads.
You love that one with the pricking tool.
With the pricking
Oh,
tool.
do you know
We
what?
like that.
I'm going to give you that as a present.
Is that for me?
That's for you.
Oh, you're going to see me using this.
Good.
You're going to see me using that. And there we go.
There you
we
go.
go. Fantastic.
So
Well,
everybody
thank
else needs
you.
to have a go.
Everybody needs to have a go. Thank you so much for showing
You're
me
welcome.
that. I really, really appreciate it.
I want a Christmas card next year.
You're going to get a Christmas card. I'm going to save this one. No, I'll do your real one. I'll do your fresh one. Yeah, thank you so much.
You're
Thank
very
you so
welcome.
much. I really appreciate it. So until next time, happy crafting and have a go. If I can do it, you can do it.
Bye.